We're in the Angeles National Forest today. We're going to check out Winston Ridge and Winston Peak. It is about a 5-mile loop trail that takes you down across the ridge just below Winston Peak, overlooking Cooper Canyon and some beautiful views of Angeles National Forest, the San Gabriel Mountains. Then we're going to hook back, join the PCT, and then head up to Winston Ridge. So we start out and we go down this fire road for about almost a mile, 0.8 miles. Then we reach a junction to a saddle, and then we're going to take that for about half a mile up the PCT, and then we get to the ridge, which is supposed to have stunning views of the canyon and the whole valley over here in Angeles National Forest, this back side of the National Forest. But already there's beautiful views. The pine trees are beautiful. It's not too cold. It's about in the low 60s today, which is not too bad for this time of year, mid-November. A couple more months, maybe another month, they might be getting some snow up here, so it's always great to get out and explore an area. I haven't been in Angeles National Forest. One of my favorite places to explore. I mean, you could literally do a different hike every day of the year in this place and still not see it all. So 0.6 miles on the PCT, we've come to this point. There's a faint trail there up to the top of Winston Summit, but we're gonna keep going. There's several different little saddle trails here around this other little peak here. So we're gonna take one of this middle saddle trail in that direction. We're gonna go scope that out. The views are supposed to be nice over there. And then you can partially loop back around. So we're either gonna loop back around or just come back around and then head up to the top of Winston Peak. So we came across the second saddle, we're up on Winston Ridge now. Stunning views on both sides here. When you get to the top, supposedly you can see the transition from the mountains out into the Mojave Desert, so I'm looking forward to that. But so far this has been a beautiful hike. We haven't even done the peak yet, that's on the way back. But so far Winston Ridge, this is awesome. Nobody else is out here, which is pretty much unheard of for a day hike on a Saturday in Angeles National Forest. Winston Ridge. Beautiful views here from Winston Ridge, looking out across the transition from the Angeles National Forest, the San Gabriel Mountains, into the Mojave Desert on the horizon there. It's a pretty sweet hike. Highly recommend it. Beautiful pine trees, beautiful views. So we're gonna hike back towards the peak now, see what time it is, and if we have time, we're gonna hike up towards the top of Winston Peak. It's about 800-foot elevation gain to get the little Winston Peak there right before it drops back down. We're gonna head up Summit Peak right now. It's straight up. It's almost 800-foot elevation gain over half a mile. So it's a nice little burner at the end of the hike. Nice little good workout. We made it to the top of Winston Peak here. The views are a little obstructed by the pine trees, but still lovely views here. Nice to mix it up between the ridge and the peak. Some easy saddle hiking, and then straight up the summit hike. Beautiful views on both sides of the peak here, all around. A little bit obstructed, but that 800 foot gain over half a mile, I was sucking a little bit of wind. It's been a while since I did a good mountain hike. I've been spending too much time in the canyons and the valleys and just doing quick hikes to waterfalls and stuff like that. But Winston Peak, Winston Ridge, I highly recommend it. It's about a 5.5 mile total round trip. To the peak is 800 foot elevation gain. You can either start with the peak from the parking area and then go down and do the ridge on the second half of the hike, or you can do the ridge, come back and do the peak on the way back down to the parking area right near Angeles Crest right here. But beautiful day, beautiful views. I want every one of you to get out there, find your own beautiful views, find your own adventure, and be infamous.
Infamous.